What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another deep dive. And indeed, massive shout out to Judy, who sent me David Bowie albums about 6 months ago. And it was a deep dive I've been apprehensive about beginning because it's this massive artist who I'm aware influenced a number of other groups, including some I'm more familiar with. So it's been on hold for a while, but again, I've been starting some other deep dives recently, and so I feel like I owe it to Judith, who sent, again, a number of albums many months ago to at least begin this and start the process of learning more about this, as I said, as far as I can tell, massively influential musician. I know him a very little bit. I know the tune, I believe it's Space Odyssey, the famous This Is Ground Control to Major Tom. I think I've heard a couple other tunes, maybe, in passing or like incompletely. And I certainly remember when I was a kid seeing that Labyrinth movie, so I've seen his acting to a very limited extent. Either way, I know a bit about his aesthetic, which I think in some cases is like deliberately sort of androgynous, and I think there's like there's sort of a visual component to his appearance and performance. So obviously I look forward to hearing what people have to say as something rolls around in my eye, apparently. Nevertheless, I did want to give a shout out once more to Judith, both for the music and the patience. So in the folder for the larger, collection of albums, there's a 1967 album, which I see is a self-titled album, even though the next one, 69, is also self-titled. But Judith labeled the folder incomplete, and indeed, I looked on the master release on Discogs, and there are some tunes shown there that are not in the folder here, including the first one, which is, I think, called Uncle Arthur. But the first one in the folder I have access to is it Buy Me a Coat? Sell Me a Coat. Okay, so yeah, the opposite transactional process, but yeah, I'm curious. Again, I have a very little amount of context for Bowie's music or songwriting, but I do know at least that he's capable of, rich narratives and creating entire characters and so on. So this feels like it could just be, the point of departure, just a small facet of a larger and more, vivid narrative. Either way, let's listen, and one last time, big shout out to Judith for waiting for this. This is David Bowie from his self-titled 1967 album, and I think it's the second tune on at least one of the original versions of the album, but it's the first version, or the first track on the album folder that I have access to, and it's called Sell Me a Coat. La la la.
Winter's day, a bitter snowflake on my face. My summer girl takes little backward steps away. Jack Frost took her hand and left me. Jack Frost ain't so cool.
I like the line.
Sell me a coat with buttons of silver. Sell me a coat that's red or gold. Sell me a coat with little patch pockets. Sell me a coat 'cause I feel cold.
Right, that, makes sense.
And when she smiles, the ice forgets to melt away. Not like before. Her smile was warm in yesterday. See the trees like silver candy. Feel my icy hand. Sell me a coat with buttons of silver. Sell me a coat that's red or gold. Sell me a coat with little patch pockets. Sell me a coat 'cause I feel cold. See my eyes, my window pane. See my tears like gentle rain. That's the memory of a summer day. Sell me a coat with with buttons of silver. Sell me a coat that's red or gold. Sell me a coat with little patch pockets. Sell me a coat 'cause I feel cold. Sell me a coat with buttons of silver. Sell me a coat that's red or gold. Sell me a coat with little patch pockets. Sell me a coat 'cause I feel cold. La la la.
The drumming on this a lot. The song's sort of vocally blurred out. That was cool. It was like a chamber music version of a folk rock tune or something. I really enjoyed the sort of light, sprightly quality, even as it had a bit of a mellow, smooth feeling to it. And also, yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on. We have references to different, temperatures and things not being, Jack Frost not being cool, but also a frozen hand? And then we're talking about summer. So it's like we're referencing temperature and weather and seasons, and it feels like it's, could be, vignettes of like some larger theme. Either way, I couldn't sort of piece it all together on a first listen. And anyone who's new to this channel, these are the kind of reactions I do. I do audio, audio only reactions essentially, although I have started to branch out into a small number of video reactions. Nevertheless, the point is, I try not to learn too much about a tune before I listen to it the first time, and historically I have listened to tunes multiple times to sort of incorporate more and more of the lyrics, and after, I don't know, a half dozen listens, if I still can't pick up on what's being said, I will check in, a booklet or online. I will say though, since I started doing, reactions on this channel, and since it's grown, these days most people will talk about the lyrics straight away in the comments, and so I tend to learn more quickly than in the days where I, listen to albums like this, but, without shooting videos. So, yeah, curious to hear what people have to say about the lyrics here, but it was all, again, very visual, and I'm like picturing, someone holding a frozen hand and, a snowflake on their nose, and they want a button, or they want a jacket that, what was it, red or gold and silver buttons, so it sounds very flashy, and perhaps those colors are part of the tonal themes going on. So again, all very interesting, and not having a significant background or understanding of Bowie's music or artistic expression. Yeah, I'll have to wait to hear what people say and continue to learn as we go through the deep dive. So once more, shout out to Judith, as my eye is like freaking out. I don't know what like rogue piece of dust floated into my eye recently, but it is definitely causing problems. Okay, so the next one is the next track on the compilation, but again, there are some gaps, because on the Discogs master release, it looks like there's it's like 15 tunes or something. Here it looks like we have, what is it? It's 9. So yeah, it looks like we have several less, but still, looking forward to hearing this very early stage before going on to, I noticed when I was like, wait a minute, they're both self-titled? I checked, the first track of the 69 album is Space Oddity, so I'm really looking forward to that, because that one I do actually know a bit, and I've, since reacted to other tunes based off that mythos, like the Peter Schilling tune. But yeah, like I said, the next tune is the next track on the album, and it's Rubber Band, which makes me wonder, didn't I react to the Kate Bush, right? Or no, it was Rubber Band Girl, that's what it was. In any case, I'll stop babbling. Do let me know what you think of this, and I'll see you next time. Peace.